Now, a few months ago, PU Air Korea came out with the PU minimized overhead panel. It's a nice little switch panel that does the job. While the switch panel is a great idea, I'm not a fan of crowding my desk and try to find some solutions based on this. So I found a solution to this. This seems to be a simple one I was pleased about and decided to share this with you all. Now, two things today to discuss. The solution of the panel, of course, plus a set of pads for the Mac 2, which PU Air Korea have sent them across, and I think it's nice to look at them. Now, after spending much time using this in different configurations, I finally figured out that something that made a big difference in my flight simming setup, and I found the perfect place to mount this, right on top of my monitor. Now, this part might surprise you. It wasn't anything fancy or expensive. A simple monitor shelf extender that sits securely on top of my screen. No screws, no glue, no drilling holes into walls or building a complex frame. A clean, adjustable bracket with a stable platform that holds the overhead unit in place. So if you're like me and want a plug-and-play experience without modifying your desk, this is a really neat solution, I think. And the great part is this doesn't budge. Even during long sim sessions, or even when I'm trying to push buttons during high workload phases like takeoff, approach, the panel sits right there where I placed it. This was such a simple solution from Amazon. Costed me $19.99 and I figured this would be the ideal place. A mounting solution that many use it for the TVs to stream stuff, and I thought, why not use it for gaming? Now, it doesn't have to be the panel, you can use anything as well, just to make things a little more neat and comfortable. Now, I got this version that sits well. Also has some padding as well, so as to not scratch the unit, wide enough to have the panel sit. Now, in measurement, it measures about 12 inches, that's about a foot, and carry up to 6 kilos, which is good enough for the unit. So when you think about a real aircraft cockpit, when you're trying to fly an airliner, the overhead panel is literally above the pilot's head. So placing this panel at an eye level or your desk doesn't really capture that feeling. But of course it does function, but once I mounted this above the main display, it made more sense to me. Your eyes can stay focused, and when you reach up to flip a switch or turn on something, it mimics how you would interact with the overhead in a real aircraft. Now, sometimes it's not just hardware, it's how you set it up that makes it more comfortable. When the panel is above the monitor, it's out of the way, makes it reachable, and for me, it works perfectly fine because I always look forward to having less hardware as possible on my desk. And it also gives you that sense of realism in a way that it's not an overhead, but sort of in a way I would say without taking up desk space. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting the PU minimized overhead, or if you already have one and are figuring out where to mount this thing, give the top of your monitor a try. It might be the right spot, clean, tidy, off your desk, and simple. By the way, topic 2 would be that I wanted to share a couple of products from PU Air Korea. They've shared their most recent panel shells for the Mac 2. Nicely made. I've reviewed the Mac 2 as well, where you can find the video here. Now these pads, what we see here, are for different models of the aircraft. And for example, this pad is for the A318, 319, 320, 21, 30, 340, and 350. We also have pads for the Boeing series, which is for both 757 and 767. Now the team were proud about the CRJ series as well. This has been nicely done, and also for the MD-11. And all 4 pads have been designed to be used on the same Mac 2 what the team sells at their store. Now the Mac 2 is sold for $279 and each of these pads are sold for $69.99. That's almost $70. That makes the pricing attractive. So you can have a Boeing or an Airbus or an MD-11 or a CRJ series. And it's nice to have one Mac 2 unit and change pads based on what you want to fly. Let me know in the comments on what you think and how you mounted your panel, or if you found any other clever ways to integrate this into your setup. I'm always curious to see how others are optimizing their flight sim gear. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for future releases. Until next time, take care and happy flying.